Just got one bite left of this. Hi, buddy. Percy. You're a good man. You know that? You're a good man, Percy, man. You're not a boy anymore. I know it's sad. You're not a boy anymore. You're a full-grown man. I know. I know. It's so brutal, but that's how the world works. Time comes for us all, Percy. I'll see you around. All right, I got some grapes here. I had a chicken wrap. I have a non-alcoholic beer. Very good brand. Susie, how are you, dude? I hope you're doing well. I feel like I've been so inconsistent with streaming, both schedule-wise as well as just like life-wise. I hope everything's going well on your end of the world. Percy man. He's something else. All right. And we just keep grinding, folks. We just keep grinding. So I know it feels like progress is not being made. I promise you, I would be telling you, like last night, we were done. Last night, we were done. There was no more progress being made. I wasn't going to make any momentum. It was literally just playing for the sake of playing. My brain was fried. And I was, you know. I don't want to say I was like, it wasn't embarrassed, but I was insecure, I think is the way to put it. Fuck. Today, we have a route. We know who to shoot. We know when to shoot them. We know where. And it's not going to be easy. We're going to keep going at this for a while, but don't be surprised. It could be 5 runs from now. It could be 12 runs from now. It could be 25 runs from now. Really, we're just coming down to enemy placement and making sure we get decent spawns. Like, that's a good spawn. But I don't have boots, so it gets much harder. Yeah, I need boots. I need the movement speed. Okay. No, that's annoying. Come on, baby. Too many dynamites. All right. I'm looking forward to seeing Eddington tonight. I said on the stream last night, I recognized retrospectively, there was probably a silver lining to the stream going as late as it did. If you've been here, if you've heard me talking about it, since this canoe trip, I've been going to bed much earlier. You know, you kind of just go to bed at nightfall. As soon as the sun goes down, it gets so dark, there's not shit to do but sleep unless you really want to sit in front of the campfire. Which I did some nights, don't get me wrong. But just by and large, like, I was just like, all right, I'm going to bed. So I was going to bed at like 9:30, 10 every night. And then waking up at like 7:30, 8. We were always like on the move by 9. And so that meant like packing my full tent and packing my bag and everything, taking down the tent, which takes, you know, a couple minutes. So we were on the move by 9. So ever since I got home from this trip, I have been going to bed at like 11, waking up out of bed, boots on the ground, you know, much earlier than I had before this trip. And I know for a lot of people it sounds like, oh, that's, you know, pretty normal time to wake up. But you have to understand, I was not waking up at that time. I was waking up much later. And so, I've been feeling really good. I've been enjoying it a lot. And last night was like the first night I stayed up past midnight in, I don't know, a few weeks. And so I was like beat. I was super tired, and I went to bed really, really fast as soon as the stream was over. And hang on. Let me lock in here. That was not it. He's got to get further off to the side. He's too close right now. That guy's gonna kill me. Just look at this for a second. All right, here we go. Wait for more. Not the gray shirts. Fuck. If it was the blue shirt guys, I would have been able to run. Changing a sleep schedule can be harsh. Luckily, I mean, I just got back, Banjo, from a 9-day, or 7-night, 8-day canoe trip. It wound up being. And it was lovely. I was with my dad. I was with my dad's best friend. We were up in the Adirondack Mountains, went for, you know, a week, end of July, beginning of August. Had a great time. And it really wasn't that harsh because the whole environment was different. So it just felt like, yeah, you sleep differently when you're here, you know? And so now I've gotten home and I've just kind of been like carrying that with me. God fucking damn it. In a way that's been super nice. I didn't have the boots. But what I'm trying to say, to kind of like put a bow on this, theater nearby here, Eddington has been out of theaters for about a week. You know, Weapons has kind of taken its place in screenings in the movie theater. And for whatever reason, a theater here put a showing for Eddington tonight. Just on a random Tuesday. It's like, I think the last showing that they're going to show of the movie. And I got lucky. I saw it. I booked it. It's an evening showtime. And so I'm kind of glad that I stayed up late last night because my brain had a little bit of night owl, stay up a little later, sleep in a little later to kind of ease me into this late night showtime so that I'm not just like beat tired trying to watch this movie. It's a long fucking movie. It's like 2.5 hours long. Yeah, that's another Western, so, you know, a modern Western, but a Western nonetheless. It's a Western day. I've been saying, and I don't know if everybody here has heard, but this game has a really interesting history. A big reason why I'm playing it is because in the early 2000s, Capcom was working with a studio called Angel Studios that did their Nintendo 64 Resident Evil 2 port, which from everything I've heard is like this technological marvel of a port. Okay. I was trying to get the gray shirts, man. So, they worked on Resident Evil 2, and they loved working with this studio. It was a studio out of San Diego. And Capcom said, hey, we'd love to work with you guys on a new IP. And Angel Studio was like, yeah, sure, you know, that sounds cool. And so Capcom and Angel Studios started working on a game that was a spiritual successor to Gun.Smoke. It was to be developed primarily by Angel Studios. I think the director was somebody from Capcom, and produced by Capcom in Japan for the PlayStation 2. And I think Xbox as well. Years went by, the game got like a couple of promo coverage. I think like at an E3, there's a prototype that's available online. You can check it out. But it didn't really go anywhere. I don't know if they just like couldn't find it, or if they just put it on the back burner for other games at the time. At the same time, Angel Studios was working with Rockstar, and they developed Midnight Club, and they developed Smuggler's Run. And in that time, Midnight Club was doing so well for Rockstar on the PlayStation 2 that Rockstar was like, hey, we want to just buy you as a company. We have Grand Theft Auto 3 money now. We can do that. We want to buy you. And Angel Studios was like, yeah, sure, I guess so. One quick note. We're currently working with Capcom on this game that, you know, they own. And it's a game that we really like, and we're having fun making it, but it's sort of in development hell. You're going to have to work with Capcom and see what they want to do with it, because we have like these prior engagements. Rockstar reached out to Capcom and said, hey, we want to buy Angel Studios. We know that they're working on a game with you that they like making, and we'll be honest, we looked at the game ourselves and we really like it. We would love to take it off of your hands if you would be interested, and we'll just take over development, you know, call it Square, and don't worry about it. We'll buy the company, and we'll take over development. Capcom was like, sounds great. In exchange, because we're kind of giving away an IP here, we want to be able to publish Grand Theft Auto in Japan. And so they shook hands on it. They agreed. Capcom published, I think, Vice City, San Andreas 4 and 5. And Rockstar acquired Angel Studios, renamed them Rockstar San Diego, and the game that was a work in progress at the time was Red Dead Revolver. And so Red Dead Revolver, if you look online, the earliest iterations of Red Dead Revolver, it was a Capcom game. Rockstar purchased that IP from Capcom, and then Rockstar San Diego developed it, went on to develop Red Dead Redemption. It's one of those, like, and the rest is history stories. I think it's a really interesting one. And so that's the big reason why I'm playing this, is because I want the historical context, you know, just in case, like, this boss shows up in Red Dead Revolver. How sick would that be? I want to, like, be there and have this under my belt to go, oh, wow, you know, those are the Winchester brothers or whatever. And so Red Dead Revolver is going to be played on this channel in the next couple of months. as the spiritual successor to Gun.Smoke, because that's how it started. The deep history of Red Dead Revolver, it was a spiritual successor to this. And then it changed hands completely from Capcom to Rockstar. And then they owned the Red Dead license, and they made Red Dead Redemption. Hello, Percy. I love tracing game history in that way. I mean, go figure, right? That's what the whole channel is kind of based around. Percy, I don't want to hear all that. Oh, he wants to get in the closet. Hang on. Percy, you want to go to your little clubhouse? Go ahead, pal. That's Percy's clubhouse. He loves it in there. All right, here we go. I don't have long bullets. The barrel wasn't there. That's strange. 2, 3. I am dead. I think we gotta move as fast as we can. And what I mean by that is the more we wait after killing some enemies is more time. I think there's like a little window where enemies don't spawn from the sides of the stage. And so you kind of have to thread that needle of time. We'll try. We just gotta try. It really does feel like I know exactly what I need to do. We're just waiting for the stars aligning moment. Like, that's what it's gonna take, is like the way that the AI works, everybody's just kind of moving around willy-nilly. We just gotta wait for the moment that everything clicks. Me over here. Thank you. No! Ugh! I wonder if I can just ease myself into that safety spot. Like, if I just go here from the start, yeah. That's better. That's more consistent. Oh my god. Usually the barrel that doesn't spawn is the one with the downgrade. That time it was the one with the bullets, which is so bizarre. There's just... You can't rely on any sort of consistency. I think that's what really kind of takes this to the next level. You can't, there's nothing that you can really rely on. Every time you think you have it figured out, whether it's an enemy pattern or a spawn point or, I mean, literally anything, it just completely changes. Okay, thank God. Okay. 2, 3. Hang on. Having the gray shirt there really sucks. Because he is going to kill me. That gray shirt is going to be the one that kills me. Right there on the bottom with his stupid beard. Okay. Another pile of gray shirts. Yep, told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. There's nothing you could really do about it. It was just he wasn't going to walk off screen. So it was just waiting for the moment that he decides to go, you know what? I think I'll kill that guy now. I think I'll kill him. I'm gonna have nightmares of this exact moment. This stretch. I missed on it. Okay. Why was I walking so slow? I thought I had my boots. All right. So hard, dude. But like I'm just talking in circles because I need to fill the air because I get two in my head if I don't. I have it. I have it. It's so difficult to try to establish consistency given the circumstances of everything about it. That I know I just have to move forward, shoot him, back up into my safe spot, move forward, shoot him, wait until he gets out of the crawl, back up into my safe spot, move forward, shoot him, back up into my safe spot, wait until he gets up from the crawl, move forward, and that's it. You just have to do that 4 times. It shouldn't be, it's not rocket science, but it's... Okay. 1, 2, 3. And the gray shirts came up right behind me. We're safe. Okay. No! I feel like I'm walking slow up that. I might just be completely tweaking, but it feels like I'm walking slow up that. That's it. That's the path. It's just putting those damn pieces together. It's more like, it's not putting the pieces together. The pieces are put together. It's just the giant hammer that's being slammed down on your hand anytime you go and grab a piece. That's more like it. Okay. I don't even know what hit me there. Ooh. And he just hides in those barrels. I can't do shit about it. I'm getting too anxious. I'm getting in my head. What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? Okay. Dude. Okay. Problem is that guy is going to kill me. Okay, I got him. That's good. Okay, ready? This guy is gonna kill me. Oh, the one guy that spawns behind you, you can't do anything. You gotta back up, you gotta go around, you gotta get behind him in order to get the bullet. And that guy's in the barrels. I can't shoot him. I can't do anything about him either. I can't do anything. Banjo, I can't do anything. Anybody have a lifeline? Anybody want to talk to me about like their favorite flour or like a new way that they've prepared eggs recently? Anybody tried a new sandwich in the last 5 years that they maybe want to talk about? They've been waiting for their moment to talk about a muffaletta. Anything to only suffering? All right, fair. That's fair enough. All right. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. right. One, two. He's gonna come in any second now. I can't get that first hit because this guy just doesn't want to die. Okay, ready? Oh God. You have to kill that guy. Because if you don't, he just hangs out behind you, like the Shmup Junkie video, like a fly that's just buzzing in your ear. That's like, I'm gonna kill you eventually. It's not gonna be right now, but it will happen. It will happen. It's like having like a poisonous fly that you know if it bites you, instantly kills you, but it just buzzes around your head for an hour before it actually bites. That's the feeling. You know that it's going to bite you, unless it gets bored and flies away. So you're just like in this state of terror where you have to do something about it. I don't have the boots. God, this sucks. Okay. Who cares? Yeah. Without the boots, I mean, there's nothing you can do there. How quick could you beat the NES version if you started now? I mean, I haven't seen the NES version in its entirety. I don't want to overestimate myself because... Remember when we played Gradius and I booted up the NES version of Gradius? I found it kind of like weirdly tough because it kind of played on my knowledge of the game in a way where like the way that the maps didn't scroll like wound up feeling weird and foreign and was actually like pretty difficult. Fuck you, dude. I think the NES version would be a lot more palatable. I think I probably would be able to beat the NES version in the amount of time I have been on this checkpoint. I think we'll put it that way. I think in the amount of time I have been right here, I could have beaten the NES version. I don't know that for a fact, but I would wager to guess. Because this is just, I mean, this gauntlet right here is unlike anything I've ever done in a video game. Ever. This is like, it doesn't even feel real. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like somebody designed it. Again, it feels like, you know, have you ever had Fun Dip? Okay, no, better. Have you ever had a pizza Lunchable? Anybody had a pepperoni pizza Lunchable? My favorite Lunchable, all things considered. For whatever reason, the pizza sauce in the pepperoni Lunchable is like kind of lightly sugary. It's like a bizarre pizza sauce. Everything is just like sort of sweet. It's a strange thing. If you've ever had a pizza Lunchable, you know what I'm about to describe. You may not know it until I do describe it, but you'll understand where I'm coming from. Pizza Lunchable has 3 pizza dough bases. They're like little soft crackers, okay? It has like a little compartment of cheese. It has a little squeezed thing of sauce, and it has like a stack of pepperonis, like little meat circles. They don't think it's actual pepperoni. I don't remember what it is. I don't know what the deal with it is. When you get a pizza Lunchable, the best part of the pizza Lunchable experience, and if you've ever had one, you'll know what I'm talking about right now, is the last pizza Lunchable. Because there are 3, maybe 4 of these dough crackers, okay? What is... One of my home speakers started talking. There are 4 of these dough crackers, okay? Now, when you make your first pizza Lunchable, you are kind of rationing out, okay, I'm going to use 2 pepperoni slices, I'm going to use 1 little pinch of cheese, 2 pinches of cheese, whatever. I'm going to use, etc., etc., etc. You are basically, like, establishing your pizza Lunchable ration. By the time you get to the last one, you realize that you have been under-rationing the earlier pizza Lunchables. And so your last pizza Lunchable of the set was always the biggest one. It was like a grand finale. Your final pizza Lunchable was like this just disgusting monstrosity of a pizza. You had more sauce than you knew what to do with. You had more cheese because you were rationing them so that all 4 could be relatively equal, but you're a kid and you don't really like have the understanding completely of like visual proportions. And, you know, to a certain extent, it's like an RPG. You're saving your best items for the end of the game and then you wind up not using them. I feel like that's what's happening right now. All of these enemies are like, we're like waiting on the sidelines for their moment in this game. All of these enemies, like if we just think of them as little like extras, little actors in the scene. All of these enemies were just waiting. And we made it to stage 10. And Capcom was like, all right, he's almost done with the game. And all these extras are like, we never got to be on screen. And they were just like, oh, who cares? Just go now. It doesn't matter. We don't want this guy to win. Just go. And so this last little leg of the game is just every single enemy in the entire game. It's the final pizza Lunchable. It's just so overtuned because nobody wants you to win. Right? Nobody wants you to cross this finish line. You are a threat. Fuck. So right now I'm in the final pizza Lunchable. I used to make them before they had a name. That's just called lunch. You were just making lunch. Never did I think I'd hear a boss battle compared to a Lunchable. I'm telling you, it makes sense. Because this final zone is like, what do we do with all these guys? You know, we have all this cheese left. We have all this sauce left. What the hell do we do? We made 3 bosses, and we only have 10 levels. Oh, no, who cares? Just put all 3 bosses in the final level. Whatever. Game's gonna end anyway. Why waste what you made? You know? The last level is gonna be over the top anyway. We don't want him to win. So just put everything in it. Literally, who cares? And so they got 3 bosses here. They've got the 2 brothers. Hang on. I used to buy craft cheese slices, fold them into squares, and then put them on Ritz crackers. My grandpa used to make, like, his after-dinner, like, midnight snack was a plate of Ritz peanut butter and jelly bites. And so he would make, like, 6 of them. So he'd use 12 crackers and make little baby PB&Js, and then sit and watch the History Channel and wind down for bed. I honestly, this is maybe a dumb strat. This is like pure desperation mode, but it's so crazy it just might work, right? We're at that point. Something I could never condone, but I mean, let's face it, I can't condone anything in this. The explosion was done. Okay. I just want to do it. You know, I want it under my belt. I just want it I want it done. What's up, Axel? Axel, you'll be happy to know I can consistently hurt the boss one time. Anything after that is, you know, your guess is as good as mine, but I can get one shot on him pretty consistently every time without fail, and that feels pretty good. Yeah, this is not it. There we go. This is my chaos strat. Oh. You have to be right there at the top. You're semi-safe, but he crawls around for too long. It does have potential. It just depends on how quickly is he gonna stand up. Is he gonna crawl around for an hour every single time I shoot him once? Or can I really hang out up there and just kind of hopefully gun him down quickly? One, two, three. I don't think you can do it. I think the amount of gray shirt guys that show up and then they can just kind of like run amok is too high. They can just run around behind you. I'll give it a few more tries. Obviously, it's not advisable or really replicable because you are purely just coasting on the hope that the gray shirts don't overwhelm you. But you never know. You never know. It might have legs. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna play that video one more time just for some, just to salve my anxieties. I've played 1,500 games. This is the hardest 2D game I've ever played in my life. That, it really is what I need to hear right now in order to stay afloat. Let's hear it one more time.
Length, it would take something like 280 hours to complete. And change. But yeah, this game took 20 plus hours to complete, and it's only a 30-minute game. It's possibly the hardest 2D game I've ever completed. Extremely unpredictable, even when you know most of the spawns, because they can change for no clear reason. And to put it in perspective, take an extreme game like God Hand on hard mode for the PlayStation 2, which I have a tutorial up on that mode, and it's a 4.5 hour long game without deaths, and it took around 35 hours for me to beat. And if Gun.Smoke was that length, it would take something like 280 hours to complete. So the the successful footage that I show in the tutorial really doesn't do the difficulty of this game justice. It's really an extreme fucking game, and this is a tutorial, but it's just commentary over my playthrough that I did, and I'm just trying to break everything down. So it's not going to be something that that can guide somebody through the game step by step. It's pretty much, it would be impossible for me to actually try to do that with with voice. I mean, I don't even know the game that well because the game changes so much, and you really have to be able to react. So there's certain crowd control and certain techniques that are going to get you through the game. And even for like expert players who have a lot of experience with games, you're going to have a hell of a fucking time trying to beat this game. I mean, pretty much the developers fucking hate you and they want your money. So this is going to be the kind of game that, even at a very high level of play, like for example, I've beaten around 1,500 console and console style games, and I don't say that to boast. I just say that to say that this game, there's parts, like there's a 60-second part that took me about 9+ hours to complete. So, you got to try to understand how fucking difficult this game really is, to get an idea. So if you are a, more of a beginner player or even an intermediate player, unless you want to increase your skill in a very brutal and uncomfortable way, I would recommend not trying to beat this game, because it's going to be a fucking, it's going to be a real fucking test. I mean, you will become a better player. There's no way around it if you force yourself to play through it, but personally, I prefer more gradual steps with getting better at games. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a brutal fucking game. Another thing to recommend that I pretty much would say is essential is that you use a joystick for this game on MAME and set it to turbo for the 3 fire buttons. There's a left fire, middle fire, and right fire button, which the controls I don't really need to explain too much because that's pretty basic. Now, if you combine 2 of the fire buttons, you'll get these different weird firing angles that really are very slight variances of the main 3 firing angles, which I found completely useless. I never used them intentionally, so keep that in mind. I recommend setting all 3 of those fire buttons to rapid fire.
Which I did not do,
a joystick,
by the way.
You can use a pad, a game pad, but I would say make sure it has rapid fire on it. And you want to use an overhand grip, meaning you want to have 1 finger on each of the 3 firing buttons. So you should have
so next
a
level.
finger on each firing button because you need to be able to fire in a direction fucking immediately. You can't be any kind of delay. If you try to hit all 3 fire buttons with your thumb, by playing with the pad in a standard way and using your thumb to hit all the fire buttons, it's going to be fucking insanely difficult. The game is already insanely difficult with turbo and with an overhand grip. So make sure you're either using an overhand grip on the 3 firing buttons. And for me, the easiest way to do that was to use a RAV4 joystick. Just basically a Hori joystick. I like those a lot because the joystick is so fucking smooth. But even the Mad Catz joysticks, anything like that, any kind of modern joystick is similar to that. And it had, they have like really clicky, great, accurate control. But the main thing is not even the stick. The main thing is having a finger on each one of those buttons that you can just hit immediately and setting those buttons to turbo. That's going to be like one of the first things that it's easy to overlook. So I just want to make sure I cover that. So, yeah, now the first 2 levels, not much for me.
Okay. had to hear it. I lost 2 followers since that started. 2 people said, hey, you know what? I don't want people to be honest. Genuinely, I went from 1351 to 1349. I don't have the boots. Damn. Seems random, losing followers. It happens all the time. You know, somebody that has checked in like once or twice, pops into the stream and sees me not talking but listening to somebody complaining about this game. They're not even complaining, but they're just expressing that this is, you know, gonna take a lot out of you, and they go, oh, this is not a channel I want to hang out in, actually. Yeah, I think I probably like it a little bit more than this guy. I think he seems like a guy that's beating games, you know, like is the console killer or whatever. And so I think that he definitely cares less about context and more about completing something. And so to that end, it's not a fun thing to complete, right? But I think I have a lot of admiration for it, like as far as 1980s audio-visual showpiece, sort of. Just a fun arcade game that you play for a couple minutes and then move on from. Staying up there is not going to work. Staying up there is not going to work. You got to get up there, get your shot. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think that this game was not designed in any way, shape, or form to be beaten. I cannot see a world in which Capcom genuinely playtested this for the purposes of beating it and went, yep, that feels good, ship it. It just does not. There's no way. There's simply no way, genuinely, that this is play-tested with a sincere, like, people are gonna play this and beat it. It just, it doesn't. It doesn't compute. That is not the enemy that we want to see, man. The other classics like that, where Aladdin and Lion King, they're on record saying they are obtusely hard to force people to buy and rent it again. Yeah, I mean, that's like really classic. Like, you know, everybody talks about Ninja Gaiden being like the most ball-bustingly difficult NES game. There's a lot of instances where, and I'll tell you, it's the console killer, Sandy. In Japan, the games were not that difficult on the hardware side of things because Japan didn't have to worry as much about rental culture. Rental culture was like a localizer thing. There's a company, Working Designs, that's like really infamous in the RPG space for when Working Designs got their hands on a game, they would just crank up the difficulty to an absurd degree just to make it like nigh impossible to beat on a rental. And in Japan, the game was tuned completely differently. The original intention of progression. So, what I was saying, I don't know if I said it about Ninja Gaiden because my mind's all scattered. Ninja Gaiden in Japan has a password system. It allows you, when you die, to go back to the exact stage that you died at if you needed to turn off the game and come back on a different day, you know? In the West, you have to do it all in one go. There were a lot of examples like that of games that had password systems in Japan, and they just removed that thing. No. Why is it the second that I move? So the Japanese games were harder in the West because they would modify them for the West. So it became like this understanding of like Japan hard, where either the difficulty was tuned directly or they would remove features to make it more difficult. These companies that would just publish Japanese releases would acquire them and then crank the difficulty up. So you're right. Your memory is not failing you. The Japanese games that you would pick up. Oh, you meant like genuine imports. Okay, well then I don't know. But again, I think Ninja Gaiden's a big example. There are a lot of NES era games where they're a lot more user-friendly than they're made out to be because features were omitted from Western releases for the sake of progress. For the sake of not allowing you to rent it. Oh my God. I gotta stretch. Resident Evil 1. Remember we played Resident Evil 1? In Japan, Resident Evil 1 had auto-aim. Capcom USA removed the auto-aim from the controls for Resident Evil 1 in the United States because auto-aim would have made the game too easy to pick up and beat on a rental, and they didn't add that back in until the director's cut. So the fact that in the director's cut, if a zombie's over here and you're pointing the gun over here and it snaps you, that was in the original Japanese release. They removed it for the US release and retuned all of the like ink ribbons you get when you pick up a bundle of ink ribbons, retuned where the healing is located. Everyone thinks we all played the same game in each region. Honestly, we didn't. It's true. It's true. We really didn't. It is fascinating. This stretch feels good. Oh, man. I'm gonna watch this guy run the final boss, because it's...
You can kind of fire straight up and
Hang on.
run through this point where you see me on the bottom of the screen over the bridge, and you want to fire straight up when you're at that bridge part. Fire straight up and take out. Well, I didn't have time to explain that, but first take out this right guy. Take out the first boss on the right.
Yep.
Get up in this corner up here. Fire diagonally so the boss is getting shot as soon as he appears, and move down immediately.
Yeah.
Now get in this little safe spot here. See that nook that I was hanging out in? Right down here, firing left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yep.
That takes out the enemies. It's not a safe spot, but it's a safer spot.
Yep.
There are no safe spots, but there are safer spots. So I kind of pivot here and take out these guys in that little nook. Then I come up here and the top of the...
Okay. He's ignoring the grays, which is interesting. It's storming again, so I hope the power doesn't go out. God is trying to intervene. Okay, that's fine. Dude, of course there's a whole goddamn army of gray shirts that show up the second I move in there. What does the evil skull thing do? Strips your upgrades. The evil... So, to just add insult to injury, you have to collect all 3 of those upgrades. In this instance, I only got 2 of them. And then you have to not shoot the skull because the evil skull will strip your upgrades away. So there are 4 barrels in that final little stretch right there. I need to shoot 3 of them and ignore the 4th one. Because if I shoot all 4 and I pick up all 4, it's just for naught. And they didn't introduce those until like the 7th stage, maybe, the evil skulls. And they are evil. Whoa. That was big thunder. Dude. Okay. So, like, I have to shoot these 2, but not that. No. I'm just gonna follow this guy's lead and just ignore the gray shirt guys and just try to do it fast. That's his strat, so that's my strat. I want to read the description of his video because I think it's funny. I put, quote, legit in the title because I have seen many cheated runs of this game with invincibility cheats. All my playthroughs are legit and detailed in the description. This is ROM version US 851115 set 1 and is set to the normal difficulty mode, as are all arcade playthroughs I do, unless noted otherwise. This game took over 20 hours to beat over the course of several years of on and off play. It's a 30-minute game without deaths, so the density and difficulty is insane. This tutorial will be unique in that it shows how to survive checkpoint to checkpoint without starting power-ups most of the time. It's the result of not resetting when losing a continue, but the game definitely punishes you for it. Most videos don't show this aspect of old arcade games and can be deceptive when trying to beat them checkpoint to checkpoint. A very popular channel, World of Long Plays, as an example, they actually use save and load states to cheat through games and reload states anytime they take damage to make it appear like no damage / death runs were done. I've only seen a few playthroughs on YouTube of this game that appear legit. In this tutorial, I try to break down this all caps insane game the best I can. Memorization only helps 25% maybe in this game. The rest is muscle memory and moment-to-moment adaptation, overall skill. In most old beatable games, you can memorize movement completely or near completely. Best you can do in this game is memorize some spawns, but even those can change randomly, it seems. This makes games like Contra on NES look like beginner games. Gun.Smoke for NES is also nothing in challenge compared to this version. As usual, arcade versions of many games ported to consoles were way more difficult, utilizing the extra arcade hardware power to fill the screen with death. This game takes that to a unique level of pain compared to other arcades. All but one death edited out here since the transition would be awkward otherwise. Stay tuned. Yeah, I mean, so the one consolation that I have afforded myself in this run over like a traditional arcade atmosphere is pausing. I can pull up that credits menu and it'll pause the game for a second so I can catch my breath. Right, you wouldn't be able to do that in an arcade. That's... I got that, okay? So, it's not pure. But I'm not using save states. I'm on normal difficulty. I'm not cheating. I'm not using invincibility. I'm not... None of that. I want to beat this. Oh. The one thing that makes it tough is, like, it would be nice to, like, use a save state to practice, like, an earlier, or a later point, rather. Like, I would love to practice just this run-up, right here, you know? But the problem is, there's really no consistency in, like, when enemies spawn. And so I don't know how much it would, like, really help. You know what I mean? Oh my god. Come on, baby. Okay, so he's down. Hi. We're trying. And again, there's just no enemy consistency. They don't move the same. How did he avoid the gray guys? He really didn't. It just looked like he got a run where they weren't that aggressive. It seems like he didn't even, like, care to kill many just regular enemies on the map at all. Honestly. Fuck. He just kept his eye on the prize for the actual boss. He said normal. He said he does all of his arcade playthroughs on normal. Unless noted otherwise. No, I really do trust this guy. I mean, he's talking about it a very similar way that I'm talking about it. Like, you can tell he grinded this game. He said it took him 20 hours. Hardest 2D game he's ever played. I'm not calling into question his sincerity. I believe it. I'm just, you know, he definitely is like, you can't, you... Dude, John, you have no idea. Gun.Smoke. Gun.Smoke. Gun.Smoke, baby! Gun.Smoke! Oh, man. What a game. All right. Okay. That was bad. I moved. Bad move. Bad move. Bad move. Bad move. I can't get to him. Now we're good. Hang on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Move, move. Wait. Wait for it. Wait for it. Move, 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 move. No, it didn't work. He's too far to the right now. It's the guy behind me. It's always the guy behind me. Always the guy behind me. Yeah, your windows are like what? What do you do? What do you do? This game's got me so stressed. I've turned so small. I've turned into the smallest guy in the world. I don't know what to do. Every time I die, I get a little bit smaller. I'm turning into the smallest guy ever. Help! What do I do? What do I do? I just keep getting smaller. This is really bad. Oh. In the spirit of Season 0. Started playing Double Dragon on Game Boy. It's more fun now after seeing you run through the arcade version. Nice. Nice. I should check out that Game Boy version. I wanted to do all the ports, but I think I have to... I'm learning about myself more and more every stream, you know. It's just every time I stream, I learn more about what I actually want to do versus what I feel is capable in the scope of the stream. And I like keeping it moving, and I wanted to play all of the ports, and I think it just... I got my fill, I had fun. I don't want to overdo it to the point of, like, exhaustion. And I understand the irony of saying that right now in this. I get it. Ha 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 ha. You don't want to overdo it to exhaustion? Ha 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 ha. But I really think keeping within the scope of a game's original form, whatever that means, right? Whether it's the arcade version or whatever. I'm glad that we played the NES port of Double Dragon, because so much of Double Dragon's DNA going forward is lifted from the popularity of the NES port as opposed to the original arcade release. Whereas I think the original arcade release kind of takes the Renegade Kunio-kun stuff even further. The NES version starts doing its own thing and kind of establishes this, like, light RPG element. The huge dudes are a pain in the ass? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What I would give to go back to Double Dragon right now. Talk about a game that's difficult and a pain in the ass, but the whole time felt surmountable. This, I'm telling you, this does not feel surmountable. This doesn't feel like when I beat this, it is not like a replicable, like, I figured it out. I have beaten the Dark Souls boss and I know how to do it for next time, right? Battletoads felt like a game that was brutally hard, but we beat it and understood how to beat it for the future, right? I don't think this is ever going to feel that way. With that being said, I'm getting more consistent about getting to the end. I'm getting more consistent about getting, you know, all of these things are true. So there's always going to be, maybe I'm just wrong, but there's only so much consistency that can be done in a game like this. Okay. I don't know why I chose to move in that moment, okay? I don't know. There's so much going on. There's only so many choices I can make. There's only so much I can do. I'm just one small guy. I don't have a think tank behind me. I'll never be part of FaZe Clan. I'm gonna be the first FaZe Clan Gun.Smoke pro. FaZe Cap. Look at these dragonflies taunting me. You need 10,000 points, you pathetic man? Here are a bunch of dragonflies. Go ahead, get your points. Go ahead, get your points. It's gonna help you. You'll get an extra life. Don't you want an extra life? Isn't that gonna be helpful, the extra life? You pathetic little fuck. Oh, you're just gonna keep trying, aren't you? 50,000 points. Good job. Good job! You got 50,000 points as you did. You're doing such a good job. Alright. Fuck you. 2, 3. Why are you there? 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 Just take me back to a time before I played this. Come on. Okay. Hang on. Can you amend that message? What game before? I'm seeing a big word there, and it's a word that I don't like looking at. If you could do me a favor and just copy that entire message, I'll go ahead and delete the original. Can you change that if to when for me? Just so that we're all squared away. And we don't have to talk about it ever again. You just send the right message, I'll delete the other one, and we'll be good. I'll delete the wrong one. Is this PB World? What the hell are you talking about? When you beat this today, it's gonna feel liberating. Oh my gosh, it so is. So it looks like he does 4 shots crouched. I wonder if that's always the same. I wonder if it's always 1, 2, 3, 4, stand up. That's an interesting thing to lock in on. Because if it is, then we really just kind of like damage rush. And try and, right when he stands up, shoot another, back up, get safe, wait for him to shoot 4, stand up. You know what I mean? If it's always the same amount of crouch time. If I remember correctly, the first boss, the original first boss, wasn't. Like, the time that he spent crouched was not consistent. But I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works in this. It could just straight up be random. But it's worth testing. When you beat this, there'll be no more sardonic dragonfly ASMR. And thank God for that. You know what? I asked my dad what his favorite animal was on this canoe trip, and he said a dragonfly. That's a bug. That's not an animal. That's not allowed. Your favorite animal can't be a bug. It's like saying your favorite movie monster is an alien. That's sci-fi. It's not a monster. That ain't no animal. You're not allowed to pick that. Pick a different one. 1, 2, 3. My favorite color is blue-green type. Sandy, 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 Sandy. Listen. You had an opportunity there to really make me laugh, and you fucking blew it. I'm having such a hard time right now, and you could have made me laugh. All you had to say was, my favorite color is Gurple, and that would have brought me back. But that moment has passed now. That moment has passed. Now I'll never be happy again. We don't even know what Gurple looks like. Alright, you're right, I'm back. Oh. You faded away like a Gurple sunset. Oh my god. Gurple sky at night. Sailor's delight. Please. Okay. Oh, you fuck. My favorite Pokemon is the water one. Oh yeah? If you love it so much, pull the Cat Pex card for it right now. Go on. Unless it's the other water one, in which case I understand. We don't even know what Gurple looks like. God, imagine if we did. This would be insane. Oh! It was close. Dude. What an incredible moment that would have been. You know what? You were pretty damn close. Would have been so sick. Yeah, pull some cards. There it is! The water one. That is one of my favorite Pokemon. Remember when Let's Tap looked like fun? It still does. Are you trying to put me in a happy place? Yes, yes. Let's Tap. Future tapping game. I can't do anything about this. I only have one boot. Channel that memory right now. I'm having fun. I'm like back to, like we're going through the stages of grief right now, and I'm kind of in like the, what's the having fun stage of grief? Delusion? Not a stage of grief, but kind of in like in my delusion arc. Denial? Bargaining? No, we've done... I've been through bargaining. Dude, I have bargained. Do any of those shots connect? Yes, one of them did. I didn't realize until fairly recently that those are only applicable to the person that's dying. What? Then what was I doing? I got marketed to? Some brand strategist? These people won't even know. When they're in the bargaining stage, that's when we drop the sale. Okay. I mean, ain't shit you can do there. I've always, like, one thing that I really like, I like song request streams. I wanna talk everybody through this right now. The problem right now is I don't want to open up song requests because this is only like a 45-second long section. And at a certain point, it's just gonna be over. And I don't want to be in the middle of, you know, a song from Plock when I beat this game. That just, it doesn't... So I would do that, because I think that the music that we're listening to right now at this point, this many hours in, is like mildly mind-numbing, but I don't... Because what's going to happen is we're going to get to a point, it's going to be close to the end of the game, and I'm going to go like, oh, one more shot left. And I'm going to turn the music back on, and I'm going to get more stressed because I'm going to be like, oh God, now I've turned the music back on. I distracted myself. And then I'm going to die, and then I'm going to blame the person that put Plock on. And they're going to be on my shit list for the rest of my life. Because that's the wrath stage of grief. Guy that mixes up the 7 deadly sins and the stages of grief. Pride. Lust. Oh. No, you're onto something. That's like it's like a Derek comedy bit in 2009 on YouTube. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, it recently occurred to me that the 7 deadly sins are only applicable for the person that is dying. Why do I care about the sins? I'm still alive. I don't have to worry about that yet. I'm realizing a lot of things are only for the person that's dying. I'm realizing health food is only for the person that's dying. I mean, this is torture. I'm starting to realize that Gurple is only for a person that's dying. God. The last thing. It's beautiful. I don't believe in an afterlife, but I do believe in Gurple. And what's the difference? Oh my god! Prepare the Gurple chamber. Oh, God. And it was all Gurple. I hate Gurple. Gurple has ruined my fucking life. I don't know they should have killed a poet. All I'm thinking of is, let me know when you see a Radio Shack in Kung Pao. When they're carrying Ling's father into town after they fall off the waterfall. And he goes, let me know if you see a Radio Shack. For no reason. That's all I'm thinking of with they should have killed ... a poet ... Next to the body, the word acceptance written in Gurple. No one else could see. That's the saddest part of the Gurple story. You missed the Gurple reference? Oh, guys, get a load of this guy. He missed Gurple. Everybody's having so much fun with Gurple. In the movie Contact, I haven't seen it. I own it on 4K Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet. Who the hell is Gurple? Dude, this guy missed Gurple! Gurple, man. I just got here? Yeah, it shows, dude. Tell me something I don't know. You don't know Gurple. I can tell you something you don't know. Gurple. Street. Workshop this with me a little bit. Guy who confuses the stages of grief with the 7 deadly sins. Is there something there? We're kind of like, as a group, realizing that there's probably something there. And of course, if you've not seen Gurple, then you can never see Gurple. Well, yeah. You'll get there. We can't see Gurple. That's the whole point. Nobody can see Gurple. That's, if we could, it wouldn't be Gurple. In order to see, it wouldn't. Yeah. Like a movie, like it's like 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but he confused the stages of grief with the 7 deadly sins, and so he's doing like a rundown of the 7 deadly sins, like on some My Name is Earl shit, like before he goes. He wants to really get deep into lust and gluttony, and like there's a scene where he goes to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and he weighs himself beforehand, weighs himself after. And Anna Kendrick is his therapist, and she's trying to tell him no, but she's actually falling in love with his lust for life in the face of death. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I remember liking it. She's like, this is against everything I stand for, but he's got a good idea with this Gurple thing. All of his sessions, he's just talking about Gurple. He walks out assured that he has to carry out his tasks. Yep. Maybe it is a My Name is Earl style TV show. And it's like Shameless. Like how in Shameless at any point, like, the writers could just write that they, you know, maybe something good happens in their life and they fix some of their problems, but they just don't because that would kill the show, and so the show is just like this fucking carousel of misery. Maybe it's just like that, but like he's always dying, but he never dies. No. I'm thinking like 14 seasons. And it's just at a certain point, it's just like, are you still dying, man? Like, what's going on? You've been dying for a long time. We're starting to think you might not actually be dying, and you just wanted to do the sins. No, I'm just processing my grief. Oh no. If you've been to space, can you see Gurple? No. Sorry. I like where your head's at. No. I wish I could tell you the origin of Gurple, but I think it would destroy the real mystique of Gurple. I'm looking at it from the other direction where the guy gets really religious and avoids bargaining and acceptance. Okay. So he thinks that the stages of grief are the 7 deadly sins. But he gets like stuck in this paradox because he already denied the denial, so he accepted it, and now he gets to the last one, and he reads everything linearly, so he doesn't want to spoil the later ones. And so he gets to acceptance, and he's like, I already did that! And it's like that episode of The Twilight Zone where the nuclear bomb goes off while the guy's in the bank vault, and all he wants to do is read, and he gets to the end, and then he drops his glasses. He gets to the last one, and it's acceptance, and his mind flashes back to where he soft locked his grief because he already denied the denial and accepted it. And then he's not allowed to die. And so the rest of the show is keeping himself alive because he's petrified. Because he fucked up. And it's just a story of that weird 50-year-old billionaire that's like doing like anti-aging stuff. Like he's doing like blood transfusions on the regular. You seen that guy? That dude is, what's his deal? Why is he like that? The guy whose blood boy is his own son? Okay, sounds freaky out of context. You think about it for like 0.5 seconds and it's like, okay, I can get to where the immortal hyperfixation billionaire goes, I want my son to be my blood boy, right? Like, I can get there. His blood is like kind of mine in a weird way, right? Like, I get it. Better than like some rando. I own his blood. I think it would be cooler if he was just like pumping out kids. Well, he wouldn't be able to, but he would be able to pump out half of what it takes to have a kid. And he's got like just kids on deck, just ready. He's like a vampire consuming the blood of the young to subsist his future. But it's like, it's purely a hypothesis, right? Because he doesn't like look that good. He's like getting blood tests and medical tests like every day because he really thinks he's gonna be the guy. And it's... he's not. And there's a part of it that's like... I don't know what his deal is. I don't like him. Easiest Twitch chat support farm ever. I really don't like the vibe of that billionaire. Am I right, everybody? What do you guys think? Sound off in chat. Are there any billionaires you think have good vibes? Let me know. Because you know what? I don't think so. I think they're all a little odious. Pritzker! Shut the fuck up about Pritzker. All right. Well, that was like the conclusion of Kingsman. Was like the world's ending, but like, we're gonna be fine. We're rich. I thought that movie was fun. What the hell? Maybe Mackenzie Scott? I don't know who that is. And I don't want to learn. But I doubt they're cool. I'm saying they're because I don't know. I don't know how they identify with the name Mackenzie. Does Julia Louis-Dreyfus have like $1 billion somehow from like family money? Isn't she like the OG real like secret Nepo baby? Like holy shit. She's like her family like owns Ragu or something. Right? Doesn't Julia Louis-Dreyfus's family have like a ton of money? And she could like very easily just like chill on an island somewhere. Not quite a Billy. Okay. And you know what? I don't even know if she's cool. She was in that movie You People with Jonah Hill. And Eddie Murphy. Scott was Bezos' ex-wife. Okay. She's going Billy mode. Taylor Swift is a billionaire? Oh, you got me. The charitable, admirable Taylor Swift. You know what? Yep. That's the one. we found it. I'm just hyped because she announced her new album yesterday. I saw it leaked. Was it officially announced or is it just a straight up leak that she's like gonna send out a hit squad to some Target employee in Omaha, Nebraska over? Sounds like her oft-reported net worth is $250 million, but taking into account the money she has access to, upwards of $3 million. And the family inheritance overall is like $120 million. She announced it on the Kelsey Brothers podcast. No way! Sorry, Axel. You have to understand. I couldn't give less of a fuck about Taylor Swift if I tried. And I am exceptionally in a sensitive state of affairs right now. I think Taylor Swift is like a genuinely bad songwriter who just got lost in the sauce, like probably around the Reputation era, just lost it wholeheartedly, and is now just like cranking out albums that are no better than like Choose Your Own Adventure scavenger hunts for poor, sad teenage fans to like buy 8 copies of her vinyl so that they can be the first one to crack the code. Did she come out of American Idol? No. And that's coming from a Swiftie. Free yourself. I forget her origin. She was just a gal. So do you like her? No, I like a lot of songs on 1989. I love a lot of songs on her self-titled album. I think everything after Reputation is just a fucking mess. Even Folklore and Evermore, I don't think that they're really any good, and it sucks because I like the Desners, I like the National, I like Bon Iver, obviously. But no, couldn't be me. She was just a country singer, yeah. She was just, you know, no real claim to fame, just made some good songs. Carly Rae Jepsen was a Canadian Idol contestant. Taylor Swift no longer hot? The rumors are true? What? I liked the first Bon Iver album, couldn't get into anything he did after. It makes sense, you know? I get it. Obviously, he's like doing a whole bunch of shit on every album, and the more lush instrumentation coupled with the kind of strange, compressed sort of mixing, it kind of is at odds with itself a little bit, but I love those songs. I love them all live. Yeah, I don't know. I just like Justin Vernon's whole vibe. I like his whole deal. I like his approach to songwriting. I like the falsetto, you know. I have a very high voice myself. And so just being able to sing along matters to me. I thought he was called Bon Iver. Now, I have a question for you, and you might not remember because it's 15 years ago. Does the first album include Blood Bank, the EP? Because that's definitely in tune with... Okay, because Blood Bank is effectively like an epilogue to Forever Ago. Blood Bank rocks. But yeah, no, I understand. I understand Fleet Foxes as well. I don't love the first Fleet Foxes album much. I think it's good. It's got some good songs. I love Helplessness Blues. I had to like crack up, no pun intended. That one took a while. That was like, ooh, okay, sure. And then I just, you know, listened to it in a couple of different specific circumstances, and I was like, oh no, actually, this is really, really interesting, weird songwriting, and really cool, funky stuff. And then Shore, the newest one, I really liked it on release, and retrospectively, like a little bit maybe of like too much of a crowd pleaser, and like a little too COVID optimism. Like, the world sucks right now, but we're gonna be happy. And that can kind of wear on me a little bit. But I did like it a lot when it came out. You know what album I really did not like and it bums me out? Because I like every single one of their other albums. And it pains me to say this. I think Only God Was Above Us, the newest album from Vampire Weekend, I think it is a mess. I don't get it. I love pretty much all of their music. That new album, I never got into. It makes sense. I understand why you probably wouldn't. That new album is like... It's like taking a nice photo and just putting a whole bunch of like blingy shit over top of it. It is so just vocal effects and, you know, loop pedals and all this, just everything has filters on effects on filters on effects on. It's so overbearing that every song is just so weighed down. The songwriting is just like lost in bullshit. And it really upsets me. I don't know what I do about this game, guys. I don't know what I do. Genuinely. I don't know what I do. I'm just stuck in this forever. In a lot of ways, it genuinely doesn't feel beatable to me. Vampire Weekend wrote a banger for I Think You Should Leave, the Sloppy Steak song. Wasn't that Ezra that sang that? Did you ever watch Neo Yokio? Can a season have unfinished games? No! You still haven't amended your if. You still said if you beat this. You're supposed to say when you beat this. It will be a combination of skill and luck. You can't be saying shit like this when I'm in the mines. It just makes me feel worse about living. I need support. I'm going through the 7 deadly sins right now. Yeah, you got me seeing Gurple. I'm a canary, I gotta give people a lifeline? It's, you know what, it seems like you're not really much of a canary, and you're more like a specter, okay? Don't give yourself too much credit. You're just waiting in the corners, waiting to siphon some death off of somebody. We're in droopy at this point. It's not a lifeline, it's a death line, and you know it. You know it. You're offering a death wish. You're saying, we can get you out of this. We can get you out of this. Don't you worry. There is an answer. Don't give me this, I'm a canary. We don't have the boots. This is a lost cause, folks. But let's start shooting anyway. This can all go away. I'll just put the let's play up over it. No, we're beating this game. You don't have to be here. Nobody has to be here. I'm the only one that has to be here. So I would appreciate a little bit of respect. A little bit of condolences, you know? You know how many times I've heard dun, 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 dun. I can't escape this. You can click off the tab. This is my tab. This is my lot in life, and I have a debt to pay. Fuck. I'm doing everything I can over here. This is what this channel's all about, right? You guys like it and you think it's fun. And you think it makes for an interesting show. You guys think it's cool to do this. I'll take my tinctures and remedies elsewhere. You snake oil salesman. God damn it. I just... Oh. Oy, 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 oy. Oy, 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 oy. It seems like if I take that long to get it done, I've already lost. You know what I mean? Like... Oh no. The answer is fast, not slow. God. Like, I have to have it in like 40 seconds or else it's just like, I'm just, you know. Thanks, John. It would really mean a lot to hear it from what game before, but I'll take it from John Gemstone. Aren't you proud of me? What game before? Don't you think I'm gonna make it? You believe, right? Just lie to me, that's okay too. Don't say a word! Happy, very happy. Peace has finally returned to this town. However, the bandits will probably return again to attack the town. Yes, Billy's battles have just begun to fight for continued peace in this town. Thank you for playing this game to the end. Look forward to enjoying Capcom's next exciting game. Thank you again. If you were here, send a message, let us know. Let us know you were here for the completion of Gun.Smoke. Put it in the books. CAPRALOG. Oh, man. That's it. That's it. Get in for the moment if you were here. Send a message. Claim your roll credits, claim your moment, and, prove that you were here. It's closed. The window's closed, folks. Blink and you miss it. Yo, what game before? Thanks for gifting 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Konso, Sagat, Unix, What Don't, Deku, Backhand, Draconics, Arisar, Spuckles, Blarnia. If you're here, say thank you to What Game Before. What Game Before? Thank you for the tough love. You know what? In retrospect, I needed it. I needed one person. I needed one person to count me out so that I had a little bit of, I'll show that fucker. I'll show that guy who thinks that I won't be able to do it. I'll show him I can do it. I can do it. Watch, I can do it. And I did it. And I did it. Gun.Smoke in the books, man. Oh, give me this microphone. We're going down here. Oh my goodness. Anybody got some cat packs to redeem before we hit the road? Oh. Oh man. What a stream. I'm the smallest guy ever. I'm the littlest guy in the world. Look at me, the littlest streamer on twitch.tv. Gun.Smoke has made me so small and tiny. Thank you so much, everybody, for chilling. Thank you so much for staying here and chatting with me and supporting me or egging me on or talking to me about music. All of it. This game was brutal. Brutal. Brutal, 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 brutal. 2 King Alamars in a row. King shit only. Welcome to the Caprolog stream. King shit only. What do we got? The party. Oh. Thanks so much, everybody. Oh, man, I feel good. I feel good. If you're watching the VOD, this is the end of the VOD. Thank you. Everybody who's here on stream, hang out for a minute. We're going to just chat. Thanks, everybody. Oh, all right. Now what?